Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates. And today I thought we needed to have a stream talking about the last episode of the Book of Boba Fett. And please, for the love of God, if you for some reason are in here and you haven't watched the episode, get out of here, okay? Raven, thank you so much for being in the Senate for 38 whole months, my friend. Appreciate it very much. So thank you for that, Raven. Good to see you. Jenishine, hello there. Sirius, Patrick and Sirius, get the hell out of here. Hopefully you just said hello before you left. But yeah, you're gonna get spoiled if you're in here. That's for sure. I might actually do more of these streams, or like I'd probably do a Lego Star Wars stream tomorrow where I'll also talk about the Book of Boba Fett. But because I know Europeans might have seen the episode, but I realize it's not ideal for like Americans who might just have like woken up or something. But my God, what an episode! I don't know where to start. I'm gonna let some people get into the stream before we start talking about details, because it was, yeah. When I saw Cad Bane, I mean, I saw the second you saw that hat, the silhouette, it's like that's Cad Bane. That's freaking Cad Bane. Then you saw his blue hands, like it's Cad Bane. Sam, how's it going, man? Sam actually because he made a good point that I thought Cad Bane looked fine. He looked a little bit off. He wasn't perfect, I'll say, but I'm still, I don't, it's not a major complaint of mine, but Sam actually made some nice corrections to how he could potentially look. But yeah, it was great. Ahsoka was absolutely wasted. What do you mean wasted? I thought if someone told me like 5 years ago, oh, you'll have a live action episode where we have Boba Fett, a Mandalorian, a Baby Yoda, and we have Ahsoka, and we have Luke after Return of the Jedi, and we have Cad Bane, like, I'd never believe it. I don't think Cad Bane killed the sheriff. I think he intentionally wounded him because he wanted to be like, it's better for them and the Pike Syndicate if they'd let this towns handle themselves, scare them into submission. But he obviously killed the other guy because he shot him like 5 times. But I don't think the sheriff is dead, to be honest. But did everyone die in that cantina? I mean, they bombed it, but I don't know. Maybe they all died, but it's hard to say. Yeah, I'll show you what. But wait, did he shoot him in the elbow? I thought it was the shoulder or something around here, but maybe, who knows? I'll show you what Sam made, because I thought that was pretty good. Let's see here. Where is the conversation? Yeah, here's wait, easier. Oh wait, let me just download the 2 images. It's easier. Bam, and bam. So yeah, basic. Wait, stupid. What the hell is going on with Windows? I can't drag this over. There we go. So yeah, this is how it looked now in the episode, and then this is how Sam corrected it. I mean, he looks way more like the comics here, but I guess it's not the comics. I mean the animated series, basically. Because I agree, it looks a little bit weird, but the voice was 10 out of 10, 100%. I saw the screenshot. He was clearly shot in the shoulder, luckily. Okay, yeah. I think it's gonna be another thing where he basically wait. My God, Raven. Oh yeah, let that one go through. My God, Raven.
At Battlefront updates, hope you're having a great day, and also today is my birthday. Birthday cake, party face, confetti ball, party popper, 100, fire, here's some, birthday cake, shortcake, ice cream.
Well, it cut off. I think it was too long. Raven, thank you so much for the $50 donation. That is so kind of you guys. Can we all wish Raven a happy birthday in the chat? I hope you have a great day, Raven. I hope you've had a chance to watch the episode before you tune in here. Otherwise, I feel sorry for you because I don't want you to get spoiled. But yeah, guys, everyone wish Raven a happy birthday. That is so generous of you, my friend. It's good to see you here, and thank you again for being 38 months in the Senate. Appreciate it. And I hope you have a great day. I know it's hard with COVID and all, but I hope you have a great day, Raven. And there comes David and snipes that Streamboss. Thank you very much, David, for being 36 months in the Senate. Can't stay in work shortly. My God, what an episode. So happy for you to finally have Cad Bane. Today was indeed a great day. I kind of want to rewatch that right now. But yeah, thank you guys. Raven, thank you so much for the generous super chat. David, thank you for being in the Senate. David actually DM'd me like, oh, you should make sure you watch the episode and don't get spoiled. And the thing is, I think that was right as I was about to start it. I almost thought, oh wait, if David writes this, I'm pretty sure Cad Bane is going to be in there. I thought that almost just by your message, I was like, wait, that must mean that Cad Bane is in there, because I know you know how much I like Cad Bane. It didn't spoil anything or anything like that, but it was like my first thought. I had seen some unfortunate tweets, or okay, I didn't know Cad Bane was going to be in there. I had a little hunch, and I actually thought that due to some previous leaks, like as soon as the Pike Syndicate arrived and they talked about this whole conflict, I was like, all right, they're hiring the Mandalorian, Black Chrysanthemum, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna. If Cad Bane is going to be in here, I think that the Pike Syndicate are going to hire him. That's like I said that 4 episodes ago, and I'm so happy it happened. CEO, hello there, by the way. How's it going? It was an amazing episode indeed. I'm so happy that, I mean, there was just some of the, like, I know some people complaining that, yes, it didn't focus much on the Book of Boba Fett. That was like 10-15 minutes. So I'm not sure why they couldn't save all these Mandalorian, Luke, Grogu parts to Mandalorian Season 3 instead. But I'm sure they know what they're doing. And honestly, if I just ignore the fact that this is the Book of Boba Fett, that was some of the best Star Wars we've seen. The CGI, that David, I appreciate it nevertheless. I appreciate it. I think seeing your message, and also I think Eckhart tweeted something that made me like, all right, I'm going to completely stay off the internet. But yeah, the CGI for Luke was amazing. Like, it looked 90% good. In Mandalorian Season 2, but the CGI was like, I don't know how they improved that much in 1 or 2 years, but the CGI looked great for Luke, honestly. To see Grogu jumping around, doing little Yoda jumps and stuff like that, it's so much cool lore building. I agree. Sure, it does not fit to the series. I 100% agree with that, but Adam, how's it going? Good to see you. I'm doing all well. I haven't said hello to everyone. Max, Nolan, Evany, Bacon Games, how's it going? JKS, hello there. Good to see you. Reese, thank you for tuning in. Hello there to you. Yeah, and the thing is, I almost thought, as soon as you saw that temple they were building with, I was like, shit, Ben is going to come here and be like, I'm going to wreck this shit. So I'm almost hoping that Grogu chooses, like, that's the sequels kind of already ruined this. Imagine if this came out after the original trilogy, building up what happened after. That would have been so good. But now it's like, we know it's all gonna go to shit. So it's like, I don't really care about what Luke does there. I care about it. It was great, but the sequels basically ruined that scene to me a little bit. It almost makes me hope. Oh yeah, I heard something about that, Sam. He did. I don't really know what deep fake means. You basically fake something that looks as good as it's real, right? But yeah, as far as I understood, he basically edited the Mandalorian scene to look so good that he got hired, right? Yeah, but I kind of almost hope that Grogu just chooses Mando, and then we've had our Luke part, and he can get all these Padawans that I guess are gonna get slaughtered by Ben anyways, and then Grogu will just follow along Mando in Season 3, and that might also be why they do this in this series instead, because then they'll be like, all right, Season 3, Mando, Grogu is with Mando again. That's almost what it makes me think. You fake someone's face, put another face on a body. Oh, that's the... Oh, okay, I see, Sam. Yeah, that Order 66 flashback is almost like I forgot about it because there was so much good stuff in this. Like, seriously. Yeah. But that's what, like you said, Isaac, it was a fantastic episode of Star Wars, but a horrible episode of Book of Boba Fett. But the thing is, the parts that yeah, they could have cut down the Book of Boba Fett or expanded, because I like what they're building up with the Tatooine conflict, and I also think that the parts that had to do with Book of Boba Fett here was great. Like showing Cobb Vanth, he is kind of like, so first of all showing how he interferes with the Pikes, and then obviously that Mando tries to recruit him. He doesn't really have a reason to do that, but then Cad Bane comes there, and that's going to be like, all right, you guys are seeing what they can do, let's help Mando and Boba Fett. But Cad Bane was also right that Boba Fett was a cold-blooded killer who worked for the Empire. I mean, you can't just forget that. So yeah, I think that part was great, but then we had 30 minutes of Luke and Grogu and Ahsoka, which was also great, but it didn't really have anything to do with the Book of Boba Fett. So it's like, I'm not sure what to say. It's a 10 out of 10 Star Wars episode, a 6 out of 10 Book of Boba Fett episode, if that makes sense. And overall, that's really all I'm gonna judge. There was so much good stuff in there that, as long as they wrap up the Boba Fett part well in the next episode, and hopefully that's a pretty long one, I can still be happy with it. I hope it's gonna be up to an hour. The fact that we now know that Luke met Ahsoka and could tell her that Anakin came back to the light side before he died. Oh yeah, you're right about that, David. Actually, yeah, because I thought that the second Ahsoka showed up there, I was like, wait, so we haven't really known that they met each other, right? I mean, it's probably very likely, considering that they were both alive, they were Jedi, they would seek, well, she isn't technically a Jedi, but they would seek each other out. So that makes a lot of sense, but now we know it happened. We know they met, and they were obviously, this wasn't like a surprise, so they know each other pretty well, probably. It's probably not the first time they've met. So yeah, you're right. How could I get that amazing desktop background? It's actually, it's called Wallpaper Engine, and they have a lot of them on like Boba Fett, Palpatine, but this was actually the only one I could find for Cad Bane. So yeah. Bertie, how's it going? My biggest fear is that the finale next episode will be very rushed and lackluster. Yeah, I am a little bit afraid of that. I hope it's going to be like up to an hour long, the last episode. That would really be great. Is there any other characters you hope they bring back now that they can do it as good as Luke? Good question. I mean, can I just be greedy and say Palpatine? That's not really the same. Like, that's not really what we've seen enough Palpatine of. I mean, that they could use Ian McDiarmid for that though, so that doesn't really make sense. I was just thinking, I would love to see how he came back, and I would also love to see a completely separate part of how he and Darth Plagueis. But okay, but more something like Luke, someone who, I don't really know who it could be, because for like young Lando and young Han, they already have other actors, so they wouldn't need to CGI them, if that makes sense. So I'm not really sure who else it could be that could have the same type of, like, you need to CGI a young person. I don't know. I don't have any good suggestion, but I would love to see. I mean, I feel like they've already gotten so many characters in here, but I would not be opposed to Dengar or Bosk showing up in the last episode on either side. I honestly thought it was, like, I understand they want to bring Cobb Vanth back, and I really like his character, and I like everything about that place. But with the cash and everything they have, like, they have Mando, they have Black Chrysanthemum, and now they suddenly have enough muscle to fight for the entire planet. Like, come on. Can you not hire, like, Bo-Katan and her squad, or maybe, like, 15 bounty hunters. Like, it's weird. It's always weird in Star Wars how an entire planet is decided by a fight by 2 people. Like, just think Earth. Like, oh yeah, we have 2 people fighting. Okay, this entire planet goes to another faction. Like, yeah, it's weird how I think it's a little bit too small scale for a conflict that's supposed to be pretty big. So I thought it was a bit not very nice to try and, like, the people of that Freetown, they seem to be very chill. They're not fighters. They just want to live their peaceful life. And sure, they had to fight the Great Dragon for their own survival. But I kind of don't want them to... Like, it's better if you actually hired proper mercenaries, in my opinion, than trying to get some... Basically guilt-tripping some townsfolk into being slaughtered by Cad Bane and the syndicates. Or the Pikes, which is how I feel like they're doing. Bosk versus Chrysanthemum, that would be something special, definitely. Yeah, I love how it's connecting the 3 trilogies. I truly do. I'm not sure why you're watching this stream, King Cherna, if you haven't watched the episode. You should not be here. I have not seen that, unfortunately, Sam. How do you feel about the conflict within the bounty hunter with the Empire? Wait, what do you mean with that? Conflict within the bounty hunters within the Empire? I'm not really sure if that's from like comic stuff or... Are you still here, Raven? You dropped that big donut, then you just disappeared. Raven, are you in the chat? I am hoping to do a Lego Star Wars stream tomorrow for the last episode, episode 6. Yeah, the deputy was killed. I kind of felt like a kind of character that you kind of expected to be killed off because he wasn't very clever. But the sheriff is definitely still alive. Yeah, I liked how Cad Bane looked, but I also agree with like what I showed here, that Zammb, like, this is how he looked, but this is how he should look, I think. I mean, I understand it's a live action thing, so it looks different. Or like, honestly, I agree that this looks better. I do. It looks more like he did in the comics, and really the only thing that matters is what you thought when you actually watched it. And my reaction wasn't, damn, he looks weird. It was just, oh, alright, this is how he looks in live action. Oh, he has like pointy teeth. I didn't know that Duros had that. But he does look older, which makes sense because he's probably pretty damn old around this time. But so should be Ahsoka. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm pretty happy with how it looked. No complaints there. And I'm also incredibly happy about how Luke looked. That's still like the big surprise to me. Yeah, David, that's the one thing I thought was a little bit... Yeah. I watched the show with English subtitles. I hate having... I always watch with English subtitles. I don't want translations for pretty much anything. Some streaming platforms only have it in Swedish, which is like... But I always like to have subtitles, so I do it in English when I can. Is Cad Bane a Chiss? No, he's a Duros. And that's the thing, if you search for like Duros Star Wars, and I think there should be some... There has been some live action Duros before, like these ones for instance, and they look a little bit more... I mean, this is how... Wait, what happened with... Let me bring that over here. So this is how Duros have looked in... I think this is from episode 4 or something in the cantina, I'm not really sure. This is how Duros have been seen in live action before, and this is how it looked now. Yeah, I think the pale color is probably an age thing. That because I think you could see that he was old, but obviously not old enough to give up his bounty hunting career. But yeah, he's yeah, I think that was interesting. Reckon this makes that deleted Cad versus Boba Fett scene relevant. not really. That was more in the Bad Batch when he showed up there. But I would not be surprised if Fenn actually... Yeah, I would not be surprised, because, I mean, Cad Bane, as much as I love Cad Bane and he's been great, I think he's probably going to be killed off by Boba Fett and Fennec. I mean, Boba Fett already had a duel with him. Fennec had a duel with him in the Bad Batch, and he's already shown what he's capable of, and now he's so old that if they want to have more content with him, like in between the eras, they could do that. But I think it wouldn't surprise me if Cad Bane was killed off from, like, basically Boba Fett and Fennec working together to beat him or something like that. But I hope he puts up a good fight, takes out maybe even Black Chrysanthemum, or takes out because obviously he showed now how good of a blaster shot he is. Or what do you think about the Bane saying that Boba is a scum because he worked for the Empire? Do you think other bounty hunters feel the same way? I don't think Cad Bane per se has anything against working for the Empire or the fact that Boba did that at all. Cad Bane has been more ruthless than Boba in the past, I would say. I think he solely says that to kind of try and twist the sheriff's mind by saying, oh, he worked for the Empire. Because obviously the sheriff, Cobb Vanth, didn't really know who Boba Fett was, so I think he so says that completely just to try and trick him and try to make him, like, leave them alone and leave the conflict out. And I don't think he minds working for the Empire. I don't think Cad Bane gives a shit, honestly, about he works for anyone as long as he gets paid, if that makes sense. Fuzzy, hello there. I really hope they don't do a Wilson Fisk and kill him off in the episode after he's revealed. Well, I'm assuming you're talking about Hawkeye. I don't think he's dead. If you know what happened in the comics and stuff, Wilson Fisk isn't dead. Or, I mean, I didn't know that when I thought so too when I saw it, but then I googled it and people were like, yeah, that's the exact same thing that happened in the comics from the same person, and he didn't die. So that's why they didn't show on screen that he got shot. But yeah, I'm a little bit torn, Sam, because I don't want him to die, but also I feel like they need to take out some big bad guy, and like they did with Moff Gideon, but he wasn't killed though, so I don't know. It's hard to say. I also feel like they need to show some type of villain. I mean, they've had the Hutts, but then they weren't the Hutts. We have Cad Bane, but that's just a bounty hunter. So who is leading the Pike Syndicate? Could it be like Kira? Is she still around this time? I'm actually not really sure if she's still... Or the Crimson Dawn doesn't really have anything to do with the Pike Syndicate, do they? I get mixed up with all those crime syndicates, so I'm not really sure if the Pike Syndicate has anything to do with Kira, but some higher up Pike, I think, would be good to have as a big bad boss or something. How does Luke have Yoda's lightsaber? I actually saw that. I saw the one from Lucas' story team responding in regards to that, and he basically said that, yeah, I mean, it's correct that he dropped his lightsaber and didn't get it with him from Revenge of the Sith. I think we all could see that, but I think basically what that guy said, the guy Matt Martin from Lucasfilm Story Group, he said, well, he's been a Jedi for hundreds of years. It would be weird. It wouldn't be surprising if he's had multiple lightsabers. And I mean, I know they're supposed to have one, but we've already seen other Jedi having multiple lightsabers or creating a new lightsaber when one gets broken. So I think it makes a lot of sense that Yoda would have gotten or already had an extra lightsaber. Good afternoon, Apple Tar. How's it going, man? Yeah, Janice, incredible episode. I really can't complain on the episode, but I agree that, yeah, it wasn't really much Boba Fett. Yeah, I'm thinking Dengar or Bosk could potentially come out, but they've introduced so many characters now that I'm not really sure if they're gonna. Maybe like Dengar or Bosk doesn't necessarily have to be main characters. They could just show up on either side. I'm not really sure which side they would show up on, though, to be honest. David, have a great rest of the evening. I'm glad you dropped that message, and I'm happy you enjoyed the episode as well. It's good to have someone who's equally excited as I am for Cad Bane. Oh, all right, Appletard, get the hell out of here. I'm gonna ban you from the chat. No, I'm just kidding. But Appletard, watch the episode. Do it. Yeah, Samuel, that's why I think it's fine if he's killed off, because Cad Bane was already fairly... I mean, look at how old Boba is, and he was a kid when he was with Cad Bane, which means Cad Bane is older than Boba Fett, and Duros do, at least previously in canon, age faster than humans, which means he's really old. He's really old, and I'm not even sure what the hell he's still bounty hunter for. Like, my god, he's a really good bounty hunter. I'm curious, what does he do with his money? He should be like chilling off at Kashyyyk with, like, living off his money or something, his credits that he's gathered over all his years of bounty hunting. But I guess he's probably gonna bounty hunt until he dies, basically. So yeah. Oh really, David? I hope he returns. That would be awesome. Oh yeah, Colin, that too. Hello, Colin. By the way, I thought that was great. Thomas, hello there. I thought that was so cool. When Grogu was walking, and Luke just like lifted him a little bit so he would walk faster with the Force. I don't know. There was so, and then to see Grogu jump around like basically Yoda style. I don't know. There was just so much. Yeah, why can't Grogu take both gifts? Because then he's gonna get slaughtered by Ben Kenobi. The sequels have already ruined that. We know that Temple gets absolutely wrecked. So pick the damn gift from Mando, and then like let Luke teach him the basics to protect himself, and then get the hell out of there. Let Ben slaughter that place, and then chill with the Mando. Did I just say Ben Kenobi? I meant Ben Solo. Did I just say Ben Kenobi? Yeah, that's not what I meant. You guys know what I mean. Now, as Giannis, I think they age faster. I think they said that basically they usually like live 70 years, if I'm not mistaken, which is why I thought he would not be alive around this time. Cad Bane is my favorite bounty hunter, so I'm very happy to see him. Like, still, my favorite characters in Star Wars are Palpatine and Cad Bane, so I was so happy to see him. Eduardo, how's it going, man? Good to see you. I'm not sure what the next series is to be released, to be honest. Is that Obi-Wan, or is it something before that? Could you look it up? I'm on mobile. Yeah, I mean, I think I did Duro's lifespan. Again, I'm not sure if that's canon, though. Let me check. Duros. I mean, yeah, they're like... Wait. According to this one, it says... They are 70 years, like I said. But I'm not sure. This is Legends. What if I go into the canon section instead? I mean, the canon section doesn't really say anything, so... Again, I mean, age is something we can't really get too caught up on age. I mean, we know how, like, Obi-Wan isn't that old, but it looks like he's like 80 in A New Hope. So, I don't know. As long as you don't suddenly a human lives for 200 years for no reason, I think it's like, yeah, he's probably old, but yeah, if they want to keep him alive, he'll stay alive. Man, I've always wanted Cad Bane in Battlefront. I remember I even said, I think at some point Cad Bane was even like even like planned for Battlefront, or not planned, it was an idea maybe. Because I remember I said like, oh, I think I tweeted like, I'll get the entire Battlefront team Cad Bane if you guys... No, I'll get the entire Battlefront team Cake if you add Cad Bane to the game. And at some point when I met Dennis, it was like maybe we'll get our cake or something like that. I don't know. I don't think he was. I'd imagine if they would have continued Battlefront, maybe it would have been like Ahsoka, Ventress first. Wait, didn't this? What was it he said? Was it Ahsoka and Mustafar, and then maybe Ventress would be her counterpart, and then maybe after that it would be like Bo-Katan and Cad Bane. I don't know. I'm sure they had a concept for it. Oh, Bad Batch is coming in spring. Okay, so it's Bad Batch next. My day has been good, thanks, Nolan. I've had a lot of fun watching the new man. The new episode was great. There was so many like wow moments. I believe he's going to choose the lightsaber and afterwards going to sense something happening to Mando, and he's going to leave Luke somehow and find Mando with the armor. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping it's all going to be in Mando Season 3. Like, I loved everything that was now, but if they want this to be a good Book of Boba Fett season, focus 100% on the Book of Boba Fett for the last episode, and then I don't mind that they had that cliffhanger. It was actually just something that would get me more excited for Mandalorian Season 3. So yeah. Yeah, Fennec is supposed to be in her 50s, and she doesn't look like it. I know, right, Eduardo? It's like, I think it could have been saved for Mando Season 3, but also, I loved it. I love what we saw, so yeah. Hello there, Matthew. How's it going? Suti is doing very well, thank you. She sends her regards. See you later, King Cherna. Wait, do you actually think Luke... wait, Grogu will take the chainmail, making Luke take him to Tatooine just as the battle is going down. Luke will get involved and go medieval on the pikes. I don't think so. I think you're right that he will pick the chainmail, but I don't think that's going to be shown now. I think everything with Grogu and the chainmail and Luke and Ahsoka is going to be saved for Mando Season 3 or the Ahsoka series, to be honest. Because I don't see Luke going down there, and why the hell would he help Boba Fett? Boba Fett literally captured Han, almost killed Han and killed Luke, shot Luke on the hand. Oh, maybe that wasn't Boba Fett, never mind, but still, he's not on good... It's actually kind of weird how he's like friends with Mando, Luke, and then Mando is going to help Boba Fett. I don't think Luke even knows that, but when you think about it, we might have gotten a positive look at Boba Fett now, but remember the last interactions he had with Luke and Han. They hate him, and Luke would cut his head off if he had the chance. So yeah, I don't see... Okay, maybe it wouldn't decapitate him, but you get what I mean. I see no reason at all to why Luke would come to Tatooine and help... help them. Adam, I will do, thank you. Wait, is the actor for Fennec 58 years old? What? Fennec Shand. Played by... How the hell is 58? She is, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, she does not look 58. Huh. How old is Tamura? Is she like 40 something? Is 50 something as well? Tamura Morrison. He's 61 actually. Okay, yeah, they're both about the same age. Huh. Why do you hope that Cobb is dead? I like Cobb, and I don't think he's dead. I think they needed him to get hurt, and now he's gonna rally his entire town to like, we gotta help Boba, we gotta drive the Pikes away from here. Luke's a Jedi, he doesn't harbor hate for Boba. Yeah, you're right. I don't think he would kill Boba unless he was provoked, but I also really don't think he would help Boba. Basically one crime syndicate to another. Yeah, I don't think so. And no, I don't think Cal Kestis will show up. Cal Kestis is probably dead around by this time. And that wasn't BD-1, it was just a BD droid. Yeah, there could be so many things coming up in that last episode. Yeah, allow everyone around to Cobb and nobody cared about the deputy, yeah. Is there rumors of a Han or Leia cameo in the Book of Boba Fett? I haven't heard anything about that, but I mean, Leia, I don't see how she would be involved in any way, because I don't think they're gonna show more Luke stuff and Grogu stuff, and that's the only place I see where she would be relevant. Han also hates Boba Fett, so I don't know. I haven't seen any rumors about that, and I don't really see how they... The thing is, I think it's fine with all these cameos like Cad Bane and Grogu and Luke, as long as they fit into the story, and I don't see how they could fit Han or Leia into the story, to be completely honest. I don't think so. Wait, Bo-Katan is meant to be older than Ben Kenobi was in A New Hope? Really? Huh. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Star Wars aging. Bespin Bulletin, how's it going, man? Good to see you. There are rumors about a Han cameo. Well, a cameo maybe. I mean, he did obviously go back to smuggling after Return of the Jedi. And how many years again after Return of the Jedi is this? 8 years or something? So I don't think it's... actually, since he does smuggle spice and stuff, it's not completely unlikely. I wonder what they would do then. Would they CGI him? Because they've shown that they can do that. I think they probably would have to CGI him, right? Because it would be a little bit strange if... I don't remember his name right now. The young Han Solo actor. It would be strange if he was here, because then it would be the young Han Solo actor, then it's Harrison Ford, then it's the young Han Solo actor again, like in chronological order. So it's probably better to CGI Han Solo if he's going to be in there. No, I don't think so. I don't think the Book of Boba Fett will end with the battle starting, and then the Mando Season 3 will the first episode will be the battle. That would be awful writing, to be honest. They've already built up so much. They've had these sidetracks, flashbacks, and again, the entire Mando and Grogu stuff really doesn't have anything to do with Boba Fett. So, and if they're gonna if they're not even gonna give us a big fight and a big conclusion, then it's gonna be completely a waste of the Book of Boba Fett season. So if they do that, if they start a fight and then let us wait until Mando Season 3 to even see it, that'd not be good. The Han rumors were always linked to Luke, however I personally heard nothing about Han. Alright. So there has been rumors floating around about Luke. I mean, I try to stay away from rumors, because I like to watch it blindly. I have seen articles that had Cad Bane in the thumbnail, so I've always thought Cad Bane was going to be in there, because I just think it makes sense when they brought him in the Bad Batch, and as soon as the Pike Syndicate was introduced, I was like, it's perfect, because now we don't really have any good protagonists, I can never remember, villains. We don't have a recognizable villain. We have the Pikes as a whole, but to introduce Cad Bane being hired by the Pikes, as soon as the Pikes were introduced, I was like, Cad Bane's going to be hired by them, and luckily it happened. So yeah. I don't know when Mando Season 3 is supposed to drop, actually. Does anyone know that? Do you think Madame Garza is dead? I don't think so, actually. No, I'm actually hoping that, because the explosion looked pretty big, but she wasn't directly at the explosion, so she very well could have survived it. I think it wouldn't be completely uncalled for if everyone rallies together. So we'll have Boba Fett with his squad. We'll have the Freetown now joining, because Cad Bane went for their sheriff. We might have Madame Garza, and if she has any troops who are pissed off because they blew up her cantina, they all come together to defend Mos Espa, and maybe even those crime families will also see that the Pikes are not to be trusted, so we'll have this big battle. That could very well happen. I'm not sure if the Hutts are going to be involved more, though. I feel like they're kind of phased out. Might be releasing late this year or early next. Finishes filming in March. Okay, so that's good to hear. And the Star Wars stuff coming out now is so good, and this is just this episode alone is better than the sequel trilogy. As much as I'm not the biggest sequel trilogy hater, you guys know that, but still, like, there's just this building up what happened with Luke after Return of the Jedi. It just feels like it's pointless now that we know that everything gets screwed up by Ben Solo. Oh well. Yeah, Simonito, hello there. Yeah, I really liked when Grogu started bouncing around like Yoda. That was fun. Thank you very much, Jofa, for watching for so long. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's what me and my friend were thinking as well when we watched the episode. What exactly is spice? Is it like a drug? Because it's a spice mining, like you're mining after spice, and it's always spice. It's just a powder in a freaking... Like, is it a drug? Even if it's a drug, why don't you package it better than having a little chest with powder in it? I understand that the Cantona was just credits, but he just kind of poured out the spice. Is it a drug, or why is everything revolving around spice in the Star Wars universe? Oh, Zammb. That... I don't think... Yeah, I mean, I thought they didn't show the warrior Tusken being dead, right? So I think it could be fun if he returned. But... I don't know exactly how he would rally other Tuskens, because they seem to be very isolated in between each other. But yeah, who knows? It's just regular grillkrydda. Oh man, I'd pay a lot for a chest of grillkrydda. 100%. Okay, so it is a drug, alright. I watched the Clone Wars, yes. I've seen all the Clone Wars, all the Rebels, all the Bad Batch. I have not seen Resistance. I saw maybe 2 episodes of that, but I just didn't get hooked on it. Grillkrydda. Everyone wants grillkrydda. Best thing ever. Alright, Nolan, take care. Because someone just... Is Resistance any good at all? Kött och grillkrydda. Yes, it works. Well, I don't like having grillkrydda on like a fine piece of meat, but grillkrydda on fries is best. It's so much better with grillkrydda than salt on fries. Resistance is as atrocious. Okay, so it's not good. All right. Luke looked so good. Like, how did... I know that they hired that guy who made the deep fake thing for Mando, but the fact that they didn't have anyone good enough on CGI for the Mando stuff. I mean, okay, let's put it... It wasn't bad in Mandalorian Season 2, don't get me wrong, but it looked way better now. Surströmming and fries, that sounds absolutely disgusting. Pancakes. No thank you, Jenny Shine. Yeah, Luke looked so good. He really did. Yeah, I was like, it was already I was already kind of shocked about all the stuff happening with Grogu, Ahsoka, R2 flashback, and then Cad Bane shows up. It's like bam, 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 so much good stuff. Deep fake technology, whereas in Season 2 the team just used de-aging tech as they couldn't get the deep fake stuff to work right. Oh, okay. So it's basically 2 different technologies to make Luke look good. Yeah, I think it's likely for Season 2 of... Yeah, that's what I'm still like a little bit confused how Crimson Dawn and the Pikes are connected and what Kira has been up to for the last 10 years, but I'm guessing she's running the Crimson Dawn. And well, Darth Maul, I mean, it's just weird. Darth Maul just kind of went off and died and didn't care about this empire that he built up. So if he just ditched Crimson Dawn, why would Kira still be there? Or, yeah, I think it could very well be Kira being like the end villain, or that they'll take out the Pikes, they'll take out Cad Bane maybe, and then we'll see Kira at the end be like, all right, I'm coming for you, Boba, or something like that. If you want to get caught up, you should read The War of the Bounty Hunters. Yeah, I should read them, or at least like, I know there's probably good recaps on YouTube that like talks about all the yeah, what those comics tell us basically. So I should probably catch up on that. Like for instance, Black Chrysanthemum. I had no idea who that was before I watched Book of Boba Fett, and when I did, I googled, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's Black Chrysanthemum. He's fought Obi-Wan, that's why he has the scar, and he's worked with Boba Fett before and stuff like that." So I mean, I'm not comic stuff. I'm not caught up to. Yeah, I think that was the first time we saw Ahsoka and Luke together, which I think was great. Finally having them together, because that's something I've always thought like. They should obviously have met. It makes a lot of sense that they would seek out each other. But yeah, we haven't had it confirmed until now. Yes, I will watch Alex Star Wars Explained videos. I think he probably has some good recaps on it. Yeah, I think the Hutts are still involved in some way, and maybe they'll be the villains of the next season, or yeah, I'm not really sure exactly what they're gonna do, because I don't think they're gonna get involved in the fight next season, though. Yeah, it was a little bit weird, Eduardo, but I don't know if did we ever see his teeth in the Clone Wars? I'm not sure. Hello there, you name it. How's it going? Do you think Cad could be the boss of the Syndicate? Would it be cool? No, I don't think so, because he never struck me like the kind of person who would like to run a crime syndicate. He likes to be off on his own. And if he was the boss, I don't think it makes sense that he would go solo to Freetown and like... Yeah, I think he's still just a good old bounty hunter. He seems to like that. Wait, did Cad Bane create a group? No, with the group Boba created with Bosk, Dengar, Lats, and a droid. Was that called the Syndicate? I mean, I'm pretty sure when Cad says the Syndicate, I think he just refers to the Pike Syndicate, right? At least that's what I was thinking. Yeah, Cad is pretty old. I mean, yeah, I think that's why it's a bit pale. It's an aging thing. I mean, they gotta show that it's old in some way. Cad's mouth reminds me of the mouth of Sauron from Lord of the Rings. A little bit, not the teeth though, but yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, because his teeth was more like disgusting and rotten and stuff, but I didn't think this was more like some teeth that kind of grabs hold. But yeah, it was a great episode. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. And hopefully they focus 100% on Boba Fett in the last episode. I know, right? You name it. I was planning to do a video and stream before I saw Cad Bane, because I thought there was just enough with Luke and Grogu and flashbacks and Ahsoka and all that kind of stuff. And then Cad Bane shows up just as the perfect icing on the cake. And right, if Battlefront 2 was alive, we would have had Ahsoka, we would have had Cad Bane by now, 100%. It wouldn't surprise me if Cad Bane would have been the second choice after like Ventress and Ahsoka. because he also is probably a really fun hero to make. I mean, he's one of the characters in Star Wars that shows a lot of unique abilities. He has a great blaster. He has jetpack boots, which they could make work differently from like Boba's jetpack. He has a flamethrower. He fires off like this grappling or well, he has a lot of abilities. He could make a very fun hero, that's for sure. Yeah, the second I saw the cowboy hat, I was like, shit, that has to be Cad Bane. It has to be Cad Bane. Yes, Grogu was great. The way that when he tried to jump, and then he just jumped around like Yoda, like bam, bam, bam. And then Luke grabbing him a little bit when he was walking, so he would be like, come on, you're walking too slow. I'm going to help you walk. Yeah, it was a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Yeah, Battlefront 2 could have been booming, but instead we got the crap fest that is Battlefield 2042, which no one seems to like. At least if the Battlefield community would have been happy with it, it would have felt like, alright, we took the punch, but the Battlefield guys got something good, but not even them are happy with it. So yeah, complete waste. No thanks, Eduardo. Yeah, he's a great actor, Agafa. But the thing is, I don't think the Book of Boba Fett is as bad as people say. Like, if we would have not had the Mandalorian season 1 and 2, and they would have dropped this right after, like, the sequels, everyone would be like, oh, it's amazing, it's perfect, it's great. And it's not ideal, but I think the flashbacks building up how he survived, great. Entertaining, world building, and it's far from a perfect season, that's for sure. Both, like with the Mando and Grogu and Luke stuff, that's amazing Star Wars, but it doesn't have to do with Boba Fett. And they've been a little bit slow, and some choreography hasn't been ideal, but it's still a good, like, it's better than I think most people thought the sequels or prequels were when they were released, if that makes sense. I just think the Mandalorian set a really, really high bar. But yeah, I still think, like, if Mandalorian Season 2 is a 10 out of 10, Book of Boba Fett is like an 8 out of 10 or something. I don't know. Yeah, I thought so too, Janice. When we saw Grogu breaking that training droid, I actually thought Ahsoka would be there saying like, oh, he has so much rage in him, or like something like that you should only use defense. But obviously it makes sense to do that. Yeah, the last 2 episodes are some of the best Star Wars we've gotten. That's totally true. That's fair enough, Eduardo. I'm not saying Tamura is the best actor, but I don't know. I don't mind his acting. The most of the issues I have so far with the season are not to do with his acting. It's more the writing, the pacing, the choreography for fighting and stuff like that. So I don't at all have a problem with Tamura, but it might just be me. Samuel, good to see you, man. How's it going? I hope you've seen the last episode. Otherwise, get out of here. Don't get yourself spoiled. Max, welcome back. After watching, I was like, of course it was directed by Dave Filoni, indeed. He knows what we want. Oh, Samuel, yeah, you should leave. You should leave. I appreciate you dropping by, but don't get yourself spoiled. It's not worth it. The last episode is great. Yeah, I guess Ben Solo is probably a young boy around this time, or I mean, Yeah, he must be pretty young. I mean, I need to check how. I think how many years after the Return of the Jedi? I think it's like 8 years. Jedi is Book of Boba Fett. Where does before the Battle of Yavin? The Book of Boba Fett takes place 9 years after the Battle of Yavin and 5 years after the Emperor's... Okay, so it's 5 years after Return of the Jedi, basically. See you later, videos to watch. Yeah, so if it's only 5 years, he could very well be born, but he would be like a toddler at the most. I mean, yeah, so I don't think Ben is gonna have anything to do here. Yeah, you name it. I thought he looked scary, which is good. That's he should look scary. They probably want to portray him as a villain. Well, he is a villain there. But yeah, this is how he looked, and I mean, this is Zammb made this kind of change. This is more how he looks in the Clone Wars, but also they gotta show that he aged somehow. And I mean, this is like, I guess it's the chin making it a little bit weird because but it's like he's 70 years old or something like that around this time. So he probably looks a little bit strange because he's aged, but I still liked him. Boba adopting a baby Jabba in the next season. Samuel, I hope you're joking. Or I mean, have you actually heard rumors about that? I mean, maybe he becomes friends with the Hutts. Maybe they work together. The Hutts will help him out, protect his area. They'll get some money. He'll be safe. The Pikes get the hell out of there. Who knows? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. They might just have done all the Grogu and Luke stuff to kind of just set up for episode or for season 3 of The Mandalorian. That would totally make sense, you know? I mean, Samuel, who knows? Maybe Jabba's little kid Hut, Rotta the Hutt, right? Maybe he'll show up. Who knows? Yeah, Clone Wars is animated. Plus, again, the aging. So I don't think it's too bad. I don't think they need to change much with Cad Bane. He looked scary, which is probably good. And his voice, 10 out of 10. Can I actually bring up so you guys just hear the voice? I really don't want to get a copyright strike or something like that, which I might get if I show too much. But if we just listen to the voice, can I put on that without getting a claim? I probably can. Let's just go to the end here. Let's see, where is it?
In order to master the ways of the Force, Jedi must forego.
Wait, what?
Attachment.
No, that's
That is the opposite of our creed.
No, wait, that's the end. Oh, that's the one. Wait, I forgot. I thought it ended with Cad Bane. I kind of forgot the order. Where's the Cad Bane part? Oh, Cad Bane was actually more like in the middle, right? Oh yeah, here. Here he is. I'm not gonna show it. I just listen to the voice. Oh wait, we've got to have a little bit more back, I think, to when they're actually talking.
Never given up your armor.
His voice is just 10 out of 10. Perfect. Basically a little bit of an aged Cad Bane. I think he looks good. When I see it, it looks worse on the image, but when I see him like that moving, I think it's good. I really think it is. Isaac, can I get a written permission fixed by you? Disney, FBI, exactly. They'll be knocking. Bam! Copyright strike, your channel has been terminated. The Gaming Assassin, indeed, he was great. Yeah, maybe we'll see Bossk Dengar with Cad Bane. We'll see. Maybe we'll get see Bossk fighting Black Chrysanthemum or something like that. Max, why are you in here if you haven't watched it yet? You shouldn't get yourself spoiled. Not worth it. But yeah, I thought it was a wait, real Tatooine is a real town in Tunisia where they filmed for episode 4. It's actually called Tatooine? Huh. Wait, Boba was at Dengar's wedding? Is that canon? Did he get married? Why is that? Well, yeah. What was your reaction when you saw the silhouette of Bane? The second I saw his hat, I was like, that's Bane. That has to be Cad Bane. I was like 95% sure. And then I saw blue. I think it was a blue arm. So it was the first blue you could see. I was like, that's Cad Bane. It's Cad Bane. It's freaking Cad Bane. And then we already had a fantastic episode. And then we get Cad Bane on top of that. So it was great. Yeah, I wonder what... I'm assuming, Samuel, if I search for Tatooine, then probably Star Wars is going to show up first, right? Tatooine, Tunisia. Ah, it's spelled a little bit differently. Okay, so they basically took it and changed out... Yeah, Tatooine. I guess probably pronounced the same way. But that was interesting. I didn't know that, Samuel. Huh. For the sake of that town, I think they probably appreciate that they didn't spell it the same way so they don't get constantly confused. See you later, Janice. Thank you for dropping by. It's... Eduardo, you almost got me there. No, I don't think Cobb Vanth died. He was probably shot in the shoulder. Cad Bane knows what he's doing. He wanted to kill an insignificant person to show that he's serious and then probably just hurt Cobb to be like, alright, you guys don't mess with the Syndicate, leave us alone. Like many times in these kind of movies or series, and then it's going to backfire on them, and instead of them going, alright, you guys do what you want, they're probably going to rally behind Cobb and be like, you shot our sheriff, you don't mess up our home, we're going to fight, you know? I think there was tons of fan service, but story-wise it all fit, which was great. But yeah, there was too little Boba Fett. I agree on that. They basically had, was it 15 minutes or something of Boba Fett and the rest was not Boba? Yeah, the deputy sucked, but he kind of felt like his character that was... I mean, just his first introduction, he was being a bit of a jackass. So it's kind of like... It made sense that he would get killed, to be honest. Suti is doing very well, thank you, Bertie. Yeah, I know, right, Isaac. As long as the spice keeps running, everyone will be left alone. It was such a cold line, though, especially after just shooting 2 people. I agree. I mean, technically, they would probably have been left alone, but... Or actually, no, now that I think about it, they probably wouldn't have been left alone, because that whole Pike train, they could have just left the Tusken Raiders alone, and the Tusken Raiders probably wouldn't have done anything. But instead, they shot... Like, when I saw that train the first time, shooting at the Tusken Raiders... I actually thought it was some type of like safari, rich people going on a Tusken Raider hunting session, because they were really shooting far, and I didn't see any reason to why they would shoot the Tuskens. But then all they did was protecting the spies. So, yeah, I think it makes sense to, that the Pikes will just kill everything. But I just don't understand really what this, like. I guess I always think too much about technicalities, but it's like, first of all, I guess the spice is just drugs. I mean, I kind of want to Google, what is spice in Star Wars? It's an elicited substance that may describe a variety of different narcotics. So it's basically drugs, which in any universe, it's always that they smuggle. Makes a lot of sense. But what I wonder is, Why do they need to smuggle it through trains and through areas? I mean, you have spaceships. They could just like, all right, we'll drop off in Mos Eisley, Mos Espa, and wherever they want to sell their spice. Why do they need to have a physical train going all over the dune? That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. But I guess it's that, okay. We can't get into those details because then basically everything in Star Wars doesn't make sense. The way they handle planets, locations, like what's it called, blockades of a planet doesn't make any sense. But it's fun for the sake of Star Wars. I mean, oh, you go down and you take over this little town, then you own the entire planet. Or, oh, they have a blockade around this planet with 2 ships, we can't get down to the planet. Well, go to the other side. It's just the way... I think planets are just smaller in Star Wars than they are in our universe. Or, actually, planets can be smaller in our universe, just that the Earth isn't very small. Maybe they're all like 1/100th of a size of Earth, if that makes sense. Actually, do they say? I'm kind of curious. Coruscant population, is that something canon? Okay, never mind. Coruscant has 3 trillion people, 430 times Earth's current population. Maybe that's just because Coruscant is big. That. What if we search for Tatooine population? Is that something known? Okay, in that case, it instead makes a lot of sense, because Tatooine apparently only has 200,000 people, and that is like a small town. So, or a town at least. So I guess that's just the thing. The planets that are small, that they have a little blockade on, it's basically a lot smaller planets. Coruscant is huge. I mean, trillions of people versus 200,000 on Tatooine. I was expecting a few million at least. But that's interesting. I never really thought about some other planet. I remember Ryloth population. That's probably not something we know, because it's not like a big Ryloth population. Oh, 1.5 billion? That's almost as Earth. Ryloth popped up because I think that's one of the planets that they had this like blockade around, or I don't know. I think they went a bit too much into Dune territory with the spice. Yeah, I don't know how much copies from each, but I guess, I mean, spice has been around since the original trilogy, right? They talk about the Kessel Run, and I'm pretty sure they mentioned spice somewhere in the original trilogy, right? But again, I guess the Dune book came out way before Star Wars came out, right? Yeah, Hoth. I mean, does Hoth even have a population of humans? They were only there to have their rebel base. Hoth population. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have a permanent population. How old is Cad Bane? I think he's around like 70 years old or something. Hello, Alex. How's it going? Blockades are what the hyperspace routes end, though, so it makes... Oh, that's a valid point, actually. Serious. I hope it was serious. Well, if you gotten that far into the episode, there's not too many big spoilers left, at least. But yeah, I thought the title of this video or the stream wouldn't be too spoilery. I mean, it's still like I could be excited for anything, but it could have been Palpatine. Who knows? No, but yeah, Cad Bane was born 62 BBY. He was in canon. Then he's actually 71 years old. Yep. been a while since I watched any Star Wars movies, actually, Jenny Shine. I've seen a lot of, obviously, the series, but I haven't rewatched any Star Wars movie for over a year at least. What is the lifespan of Duros? That's the thing. They do live until they're like 70-year-old Duros is supposed to be like basically when they die. But one, I don't think that's canon. They haven't really specified how old Duros get in canon. So that's why they're like, honestly, why would that stop them from having Cad Bane here? Maybe they can grow 100 years old and when they're 70 they're still fit for fight. So yeah, I think they might be treating the Duros like a human lifespan. Alright, Sirius, enjoy the rest of the episode. I don't think it's like 10 minutes left, I think, or something like that. Is Cad wearing the same clothes as... That's actually a good point. We could do a little comparison. We could do a... let's see if I can get a full-blown shot of him from the... Here. Book of Boba. Without, like, getting a copyright claim. Oh, that's a pretty good shot. We can take a screenshot of that. Oh, damn it, they blocked that.
Never given up.
I can't take a screenshot because the Disney Plus automatically blocks screenshot tools. But if I just click the print screen button, does that work? No, look at that. It just takes a black screenshot. So I can't really... Yeah, I can't really show it. I mean, I could drag it over. I don't think I'm going to copyright claim for this. You guys can see at least how it looks like this. Cad Bane... Let's see, Cad. Oh, if you Google, okay, that's pretty spoilery. They've already added a live-action picture of him to Wikipedia 8 hours ago. So yeah, if someone goes and accidentally search for Cad Bane, oh wait, he's in Book of Boba Fett. Do we have a full body shot? Here's a pretty good full body shot, I think. No, that's actually not the legit one. Maybe like this. So like. I mean, he had the same gun, blaster, the same holster, I think. He has this, like, 2 wrist things here. I don't know if that's the... He kind of has some similar wrist things. Yeah, he does have the same... Yeah, that's pretty similar. He has a brown jacket, and he has a brown jacket here. It's maybe not the same coat, but he has, like, the same equipment otherwise, I think. So it's pretty accurate. Alex, I thought I made the spoilers very clear in the title. I'm sorry you got spoiled. Didn't mean to do that. I wonder if the Bad Batch are alive. I mean, if Boba is alive, they could be alive. They are clones, but they are enhanced clones, so they might very well live. Yeah, I mean, we got Grogu, Luke, Ahsoka, Cad Bane, Mandalorian, R2, Order 66 flashback. There was a lot of good stuff in there. It's so cool seeing Clone Wars. I mean, we've seen a live-action Ahsoka, live-action Cad Bane. Is there any other characters that was first introduced as animated characters that we've seen? Saw Gerrera, was he first in the Clone Wars and then in Rogue One? See you later, Eduardo. Take care. I don't know what other characters that they have that first showed up in the Clone Wars. Bosk was actually in The Empire Strikes Back first. Ambo, isn't Ambo dead, or is he alive? I think Bosk or Dengar could show up, maybe. Who saved Grogu is the question. Yes, that's something. If he continues to be with Luke, I'm thinking maybe they could like. Yeah, maybe they could like have him go further back in the memory, because I would also love to see who rescued him. Because obviously the clones already got to him and then someone rescued him. Unless he was actually captured and they wanted to use him for experiments and then someone rescued him after that. I don't know. But I think it's more likely that a Jedi took him and like escaped, probably. Oh, Bo-Katan. Yes, that's another live action that went from Clone Wars. Good point. I want to see Dengar. Oh, dirt naps. That would be amazing. That would be truly amazing. Not gonna lie, I would like to see Ben Solo kill Grogu. No thanks. I would rather see him turn down the offer of the lightsaber and then head off with Mando, because then we know they could actually be alive by the time of the sequels, just doing their own thing. Versus if he accepts that lightsaber, we know he's doomed. Ahsoka could have rescued Grogu. No, she can't really have done that. Because wasn't she... I mean, when Order 66 happens, she's on that ship with Darth Maul, so she can't be the one who rescued Grogu, actually. Plus, I think that's something she would probably have said when she met Grogu in Mando Season 2 as well. So yeah, I don't think Ahsoka had met Grogu before, or maybe when she was a Jedi, obviously, but yeah. Watch party live streams with you watching the Star Wars films. I mean, that could be pretty fun. I just think, I don't know, maybe we could do that. But it's like, I don't know how do you even do watch parties? Because obviously you put on the movie at the same time, but I can't show it or show the audio on the stream, so I don't get like copyright issues. But like when I watch a movie, I'm usually pretty quiet, so I want to interact with you guys. But if I'm sitting talking with the chat while we watch the movie, won't you guys be like, "Shut up, Elliot! You're disturbing the movie"? Or I mean, obviously, if you're watching the stream, you know it's going to be a watch party. Maybe we could do that at some point. We could do a watch party. That could be fun. But you guys can just mute me if I talk too much, right? Sirius, hello there. Are you done with the episode now? I think the next LEGO stream will probably be tomorrow, Alex. Oh, thank you, Papa Palpatine. Yeah, that's what I thought. I know they said something about Kessel, but I wasn't sure if they specifically said Spice. But yeah, alright, so that's what I thought. Spice mines were mentioned in episode 4. Will we actually see Grogu with a lightsaber? I mean, I don't know. Maybe? It's hard to say. I feel like they probably... Yeah. I'm not sure. That's a good point, Alex. Grogu should teach him. I mean, yeah, Luke should teach him to speak first. Considering how poorly Yoda spoke, and he's been freaking living for 800 years, it's probably going to take a while before Grogu can speak at all. Don't you think? If I were to do a watch party for any of the movie, I'd probably do Rogue One or Episode 3. Wait, really? The Luke and Grogu poster they made, he has a lightsaber. Wait, is there an official Luke and Grogu poster when Grogu has a lightsaber? That feels like that sounds like a massive spoiler if they have already done that. Why would you say that, Samuel? What if Grogu starts becoming Jedi and Ben doesn't kill him, as Grogu could be elsewhere and then Rey could continue training him in the sequel era? That could very well happen, but I feel like with everything happening with Star Wars and the sequels not doing very well, I'm kind of wondering if are they actually gonna expand more on the sequel stuff? Or are they going to focus more on what happens between episode 3 and 4 and 6 and 7 maybe? So I don't know. I don't think they have a long-term plan for Grogu, to be honest. I think they might just like have him go back with the Mando or something like that. The thing is, yeah, these series like Mando, they already make the sequels a little bit better. Just the fact that Moff Gideon wants Grogu's blood to basically revive Palpatine, well, you got more backstory there than we get in the Rise of Skywalker. But it's still... yeah, it's still like... It doesn't make him good. But yeah, it does make it better. I mean, everything that happens with... I guess the part of Ben just slaughtering that isn't weird. That makes sense. But the big problem with the return of Palpatine was that they didn't build it up. It came out of nowhere, and if the entire trilogy would have focused on that and having someone pulling the strings from the background and building that up, then I would have been fine with it. So yes, the series can definitely already like hint that he wants to return, and maybe even in some of the series, like maybe in the Ahsoka series, we'll even have Ahsoka find Thrawn chilling on Exegol, trying to make Palpatine return or something like that. I don't know if they're gonna go that far, but Thrawn must be up to something, and he was one of the Emperor's most trusted servants, if I'm not mistaken, so he could very well be leading the Exegol stuff. Hamati, how's it going? Of course, all spoilers allowed here. Imagine if this came out in a different order. Imagine if we had all the Mando stuff before the sequels. And we would have heard that quote from Moff Gideon being like, oh, I needed Grogu to restore order in the galaxy. And be like, wait, what does he mean with this? Restore order? Blood? Cloning? And they also wanted to have that cloner in the Bad Batch for the Empire. We could piece it together. Maybe they want to try to revive Palpatine. Like, imagine if it came out in that order. If the Bad Batch and the Mando came out before the sequels, then we actually would have had legit teases and things pointing towards Palpatine returning. That's actually pretty cool. But now it came in the other direction, if that makes sense, you know? Wait, they released a poster last summer with Grogu with a lightsaber? That sounds strange. Huh. I wanted to see Anakin. I feel like we probably won't do that. Or who knows? I mean, they're already... Oh, actually not in this... Wait, Mando Season 3 might be coming out before. But I never remember which one. Obi-Wan Kenobi series release date. So it is still... this year. It's supposed to be debuted before Mando Season 3. So yeah, I thought at first maybe they could hint and have Anakin in like a flashback before the yeah, before the Obi-Wan series, but maybe they'll just, yeah, not do that. Yeah, they do write things backwards. It was like they rush out the sequels with no proper plan, and then they build up all this amazing world building around it. What we should have had in the sequels. There's Bad Batch, there's Mando, all hinting towards Palpatine's return. But the episode 7 and 8, not a single hint or plan of Palpatine returning. And I think that's a problem. If they would have constantly hinted that the Empire and remnants of the Empire tried to get Palpatine back, then it would have felt normal that they have succeeded in episode 9. Yes, Bane is going to fight Fett. I actually think Bane will probably take on Fett and Fennec, and they might actually have the revenge. Both of them have already fought him in the past. Oh, that poster was fan-made. I see. Vilgot. No, I have not, because I don't really follow hockey or Frölunda. Yeah, Fennec kind of won against Cad Bane in that fight in Bad Batch. March 2022, new CT. Man, that should just be like, alright, we've screwed up Battlefield 2042. Shut it down, Dennis, CJ, Guillaume. Come back and do your magic with Battlefront 2. Not gonna happen, but you can always dream. Yeah, it's only one episode left. Wouldn't Palpatine returning nullify Anakin Vader's sacrifice? A little bit, yes, but it still caused a lot of damage. Like, I mean, the Empire basically got screwed and had to kind of start over. But I've always thought I wanted Palpatine to return, just in a maybe a little bit better way. I mean, they've talked about since Darth Plagueis about the ability to save someone from dying, and we have like Maul getting cut in half, surviving, and why would the most powerful Sith of centuries, who has succeeded in the possibility to save someone's life together with his master Darth Plagueis, die from being thrown down into a pit? Like, it makes so much sense that Palpatine would return and survive, in my opinion. It really does. It's just the way they did it wasn't very good. I know a lot of you probably won't agree with me, and that's probably not what they thought when they did the original trilogy, because back then they didn't just cut people in half and they survived. But then obviously we saw that in Clone Wars and everything. So yeah, I think it makes sense. I know, right, Hamati? He got a good backstory with the Tuskens, but he has not done much in like the, what do you say, the new time, or like the, yeah, like this, what do you, oh well, the crime syndicate Tatooine Mos Espa time. He hasn't done much there. It was all about the backstory basically. Maybe they can do maybe they can do a sequel trilogy with some added scenes, that cut out scenes that actually gives more extended version. Sequel trilogy extended version that gives us more backstory. 5 or 10 minutes of extra scenes throughout all those 3 movies could piece them together in a much better way. It's obviously not going to be 10 out of 10 movies, but at least have them be connected and feel like they're planned out properly. No, serious, I have not. Yeah, I want a longer version of episode 9 as well. All right, serious. I'll put it on my watch list for sure. Yeah. Palpatine's. Oh, is it the animated one? Right, I'm just gonna put it on watch later because I don't want to get any claims issues here because I'm showing too much on stream. I hope Cad Bane gets a chance to trash talk Boba. Yeah, he should be pissed at Boba. I think they still pretty much had it canon that he got shot because they put the metal plate in there, in the Bad Batch. Yeah, the Order 66 flashback, that was also great. Really good. Yeah, Cad Bane seemed to be more evil around this time. I agree on that. He looked and felt more evil, which I think they want to portray him as a villain, which he is, so it does make a bit of sense. Yeah, imagine if Cad Bane wins. He takes out Boba, he takes out Fennec, he loses Tatooine. Mando just yeets out of there like, alright, I'm done with this. You guys failed. Oh, I actually forgot to watch that one, Papa Palpatine. I should. What do you think Grogu will pick? I'm actually not sure. I think he might pick Mando. Cad Bane series 2023. Considering his portrayal here, I'd love to see that. Question is, did the Boba and Cad Bane confrontation happen in Clone Wars or going to happen in Bad Batch? That arc could definitely be retconned. I think it happened in the Clone Wars. It isn't canon as it's like, okay, this unfinished episode is canon, but since they showed his metal plate here in the Bad Batch, I think they basically are saying, okay, that battle did happen with Boba Fett. He did shoot him in the head. Yeah, it would be a bit sick if the good guys lost. Like, maybe Fennec gets killed or something and Boba Fett barely escapes with Mando in Slave One and or the N1 Starfighter. Do you think Bane's hat was too small? Didn't he have that in Bad Batch? I think he changed his Bad Batch Cad because he was a smaller hat than he normally has, but I thought he had that in... He has a little bit of a smaller hat in Bad Batch actually than he has in Clone Wars. So I think he basically swaps around his hat a little bit. Yeah, because his Clone Wars hat is wider, and then Bad Batch it goes down a little bit, and then Book of Boba Fett it goes down a little bit further. So I think he probably loses a couple of hats. Boba Fett will jump in the small droid hatch in the N1. He's gonna sit there like, oh my god, it's so crowded here. It shrinks with age, exactly. People complained that his skin wasn't blue enough. Yeah, it was very pale, but also... It's probably to show that he's aged. I mean, this is quite a long time after the Clone Wars and Bad Batch, so I don't think it's too strange that it's a little bit more pale. Well, he's probably just been bounty hunted, Pepe. That seems to be his thing. He doesn't seem like he wanna retire. I mean, obviously, when he's a bounty hunter as good as him, shouldn't you make enough credits to just be able to chill? But he seems like he likes the work, so he just kind of wants to bounty hunt. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be a wrap. It's fine. 2 hours went past pretty quickly. But I will probably do a Lego Star Wars stream tomorrow. And at that point, I will probably talk more about Book of Boba Fett. And those of you who hadn't watched it today, will hopefully have watched it tomorrow. But yeah, it was a fantastic episode. It was great sharing my thoughts with you all. I'm excited for the last episode. But yeah, guys, I'll see you all later. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, may the Force be with you.
Ever hear the tragedy of Darth Vader's wife? No, I thought not. I thought not. Ever hear the tragedy of Master Windu? No, I thought not. I thought